I haven't really had a great deal of project time this week because I've just got back from our camper van holiday, and I did have time to make some quick trellis. 3 pieces in fact, a fan shaped one and 2 rectangular pieces for about £15. So if you want to see how I did them, then keep on watching and I'll see you on the other side when I mount them to the wall. So a few weeks back I went to my local fencing company and bought these lap battens for about 85p each. And they're already treated, and I wanted to build trellis to cover up the old doorway on this garage. Previous owners must have bricked it up and the bricks didn't match. And I'm just getting a visual of where I could place them and how wide an area I needed to cover at the top. Next I'm gauging how many battens I want to use. Originally I decided 7, but found 5 was enough. So I was very rough at this stage and fanned it out to the right width at the top. Then I used a straight edge to line them up as much as I could at the bottom and measured the width of this, adding 6 centimetres, 3 either side, for a slight overlap, and cut that down. Again, originally I was going to trim off the excess and I really like the overhang, so I followed that with the rest of them. And notice I sat them on a big sheet of wood here to act as a protector and also as a reference point to make sure my trellis was even as I went. So I'm just nailing that on top. Yes, you could use a hammer and nails, as you'll see shortly. And once I'd nailed that down, I held the trellis along the bottom centre of the sheet of plywood and then went to the opposite end and marked out the centre point of the sheet there. And now lining up the central batten with that mark. And then I could evenly measure the width of each batten along the top and made a 7 centimetre mark from the top of each outer batten, and that would be where my top strip goes. So again, 3 centimetres overlapping either side. And then I thought, let's just get a visual. Yep, I like it. Let's carry on. So I'm just quickly interrupting this video to let you know that I've been nominated again for 2 blogging awards. One is for my food blog at Tastefully Vikkie. The other one is actually for an award for video for a YouTube channel, which is this one. So if you could go and vote for me, it's a Brilliance in Blogging Award. I'll leave the link below. Tastefully Vikkie is section 4. And The Carpenter's Daughter is section 11. If you find my videos compulsively watchable, that is their words. So I'd really appreciate your help. I'll leave a link below, and yeah, it'd be great if you could vote for me and enjoy the rest of the video. Bye. And now it's just as easy as finding the measurement from the top and bottom strip and placing a new strip dead centre of that, and keep carrying on to fill the gaps. But this is when I found my nail gun kept firing blanks. And I kept unplugging it, checking it, there were no jams, so in the end I actually found a hammer and nails much quicker and less frustrating.
He's got the right idea.
So I'm carrying on measuring between each strip until I think, yep, I've got enough there. So before I mount that to the wall, I moved on to making 2 rectangular pieces of trellis. So again, I'm using this sheet of plywood as a reference point, and I've got my first piece sat right at the end, and I've marked out on the sheet where I wanted it to stop. So this is 30 centimetres wide, and all I did was just cut 9 strips exactly the same to nail on. And exactly like the fan trellis, I'm finding the equal distance between the slats to put where my next one's going to be. And once those were done, it was time to mount them to the wall. I decided to make a quick job of it and use concrete screws, and I couldn't nip out to the shops that week, so I bought them from Amazon, but you will get a better deal going on the high street. Then I eyeballed it, placing the trellis where I wanted it, and drilled a hole through the trellis with a wood drill bit, but I made sure it went straight through to the brick to mark it, and then I could remove the trellis and drill through the dint that I'd left behind. And because my screws were size 7, I'm drilling a hole with a 6mm masonry drill bit. And then bring back the trellis and screw straight through that hole. So now I've got that up, I'm working on the bottom screw, testing with a spirit level, and just in case I did step back just to see if it looked level, and repeated the same with the next screw. And to prevent any movement, because this trellis is fixed together with nails, I put another screw either side. And lastly, I did exactly the same with 2 rectangular pieces of trellis to the front of our garage. But next week, I'll show you how I made this cool planter design just to go straight underneath it. and finally get my plants to trail around it.